What really happens when one of Hollywood's most glamorous stars quietly steps away from the spotlight? Catherine Zeta-Jones has finally opened up about her decision to leave the center of Hollywood life. And her answer surprised a lot of people. Because in an industry obsessed with visibility, power lunches, and constant networking, walking away is often seen as career donation. But for Catherine, the story isn't that simple. At her peak, Catherine Zeta-Jones was everywhere. Big-budget films, red carpets, awards season buzz. She wasn't just successful, she was untouchable. Roles in films like The Mask of Zorro and Chicago didn't just define her career. They cemented her as a global star. Winning an Oscar only confirmed what Hollywood already believed. She was built for the top. But while many expected her to ride that momentum nonstop, Catherine quietly started pulling back. And that decision raised eyebrows. Instead of staying planted in Los Angeles, Catherine chose a different path. She and her husband, Michael Douglas, gradually shifted their lives away from Hollywood's constant grind. They spent more time on the East Coast, surrounding themselves with people outside the film bubble, artists, business leaders, longtime friends. According to Catherine, she was never the type to thrive on LA schmoozing anyway. And that admission alone caught attention because in Hollywood, schmoozing is often the job behind the job. That's where the big question comes in. Did leaving Hollywood hurt her career? Catherine doesn't give a dramatic yes or no. Instead, she admits she's genuinely unsure. She said that because she never played the traditional Hollywood networking game, it's hard to say what opportunities she might have gained or lost by stepping away. That honesty hit hard. Most stars either deny any downside or quietly regret their choices. Catherine did neither. And that made people listen. What's even more interesting is what happened next. While some assumed she had faded into semi-retirement, Catherine never actually stopped working. She simply became more selective. She took on projects that fit her life instead of reshaping her life around projects. From high-profile streaming roles to upcoming films and TV appearances, she stayed active, just not loud. And in today's attention-driven industry, being quiet can look like disappearing, even when it's not. Still, rumors began swirling. Some industry watchers quietly suggested that her absence from Hollywood's inner circles may have limited the kinds of blockbuster offers she received. Others pushed back, saying Catherine had already proven everything she needed to prove. These reports remain speculation, but they highlight a harsh truth about Hollywood. Talent alone doesn't always keep doors open, presence does. And Catherine willingly stepped out of that room. What she gained instead was something rarely discussed in celebrity culture: control. Catherine has spoken about how her life outside Los Angeles allowed her to focus on family, health, and creative fulfillment without the constant pressure to stay relevant. Her social circle shifted away from agents and producers and toward people who didn't care about box office numbers. For her, that change wasn't a loss. It was freedom. Fans noticed the difference. Many praised her for choosing balance over burnout, especially in an industry known for chewing people up. Others couldn't help but wonder what might have been if she'd stayed fully plugged into Hollywood's power structure. Would there have been more iconic roles? More awards? More dominance? It's a question that still hangs in the air, and one Catherine doesn't try to answer definitively. And maybe that's the point. Catherine Zeta-Jones didn't walk away from Hollywood because she failed. She walked away after she won. Her story challenges the idea that success only counts if it's constant, loud, and visible. Sometimes stepping back doesn't end a career. It reshapes it. And in an industry built on relentless ambition, that might be the most radical move of all. So the real question isn't whether leaving Hollywood hurt Catherine Zeta-Jones' career. It's whether staying would have cost her something even more valuable.